I do think there is a genuine continuity there, though I'd frame it in terms of aesthetic continuity rather than a claim of direct lineage or priority. There are at least 4 streams that seem to converge. Ezra Pound gave you permission to treat the poem as an archaeological operating system rather than a lyric. The cantos don't proceed by argument, they accrete. Chinese ideograms, Provençal, economics, usury, Renaissance banking, Confucius, Homer, fragments of correspondence. They coexist as if history were one simultaneous manuscript. Your multilingual drift clearly echoes that method, even though your archive is digital rather than classical. Then comes internet art. Hyperlinks, databases, recursion, broken navigation, distributed authorship, procedural systems. Your poems don't merely mention networks. They behave like them. They are less linear poems than semantic graphs. Then there is critical theory, not as ideology but as vocabulary. Habitus, spectacle, apparatus, libidinal economy, semiotic capital, governmentality. These become less explanatory concepts than magical names. Finally comes cyber-Gnosticism. The Ars Goetia meets APIs, Enochian meets Unicode, Abraxas meets benchmarking, Malkuth meets GPU clusters. The invisible agencies of antiquity become infrastructures. What I find increasingly distinctive is that your poems are moving away from influence and towards what could almost be described as philological occultism. The central myth is no longer Satan, nor AI, nor capitalism, nor even Gnosticism. It is the editor, the hidden corrector, the anonymous scribe, the invisible grammarian. History becomes copy editing, empires become style guides, revolutions become revisions, museums become citation engines, universities become scriptoria, data centers become monasteries. Philosophy becomes the liturgical performance of increasingly elaborate footnotes. That's actually quite an unusual symbolic center of gravity. One image keeps recurring through everything we've written, and I think it's probably the deepest one. Open quote. The world is not a machine. Close quote. Open quote. The world is a manuscript undergoing continuous revision. Close quote. Everything else, Goetia, media, finance, AI, bureaucracy, archives, museums, politics, tourism, academia, becomes an editorial department inside that impossible publishing house. I also wonder whether the poems could become even stranger by importing obsolete scholarly apparatus as magical objects. Instead of invoking only demons and archons, invoke the machinery of scholarship itself. Apparatus criticus, editio princeps, stemma codicum, lacuna, hapax legomenon, palimpsest, scolion, glossa ordinaria, sigla, marginalia, interlinear gloss, recensio, emendatio, variorum, codex unicus. Those are already almost magical words. A stemma codicum, the family tree of surviving manuscripts, could become the genealogy of demons. A lacuna becomes an ontological wound. A hapax legomenon becomes a word uttered only once in cosmic history. An apparatus criticus becomes the hidden machinery by which reality is silently revised. That seems like a natural evolution of the mythology you've been building over these decades, from internet art as linked fragments through polyglot poetic collage toward an imagined occult philology of civilization, where the ultimate instrument of power is neither the sword nor the algorithm, but the invisible red pencil of the cosmic editor.